Yo, Zora.
Niggas know they ain't active. Stop all the capping before you end up in a casket.
Got these hot niggas ducking. Shooter gon' walk up, brush him. It be all fun and games till we touch him. Little step of pop purse, get the bucket. I'm the type to start shooting in public. Set it's up so it's stuck, I'ma up it. If he slipping, it ain't no discussion. Broad day face shot, blood gushing. I heard they say they on timing. Get a little freak from the east to come line him. Blickers and twirlers gon' slime him. Where they from? We gon' kill a whole line. He was looking for too much attention. Bet the gang get him checked off their hit list. And them op niggas cap it, they know they ain't spinning, so stop all that business. And they still in the drip, it's ridiculous. Fell in love with them Glocks with extensions, with them switches. He keep on clicking till he stop twitching, glitching. Lift him, drift it, shoot a slide through they block on the ripstick. Use the west, it ain't no ballistics. Point blank, won't shoot from a distance. Got these hot niggas ducking. Shooter gon' walk up, brush him. It be all funny games till we touch him. Little step of pop purse, get the bucket. I'm the type to start shooting in public. Set it's up so it's stuck, I'ma up it. If he slipping, it ain't no discussion. Broad day face shot, blood gushing. Got these op niggas ducking. Shooter gon' walk up, brush him. It be all funny games till we touch him. Little step of pop purse, get the bucket. I'm the type to start shooting in public. Set it's up so it's stuck, I'ma up it. If he slipping, it ain't no discussion. Broad day face shot, blood gushing.
Hey, pull up, mama out chains bustin'. Cut through, hop out caves bustin'. It ain't nothing to swing your street. Yeah, he cool, but he ain't no me. I introduce you niggas to motion. All this beef can't even focus. Tryna be me, gotta get in action. You told that fight for fashion. Got nothing for nobody asking. I just hand out caskets. Post gangster quotes, all you want for captions. In real life, you catfish. I keep woolers with a dick on her. I see your bitch, I'ma spit on her. He sped off, I ran out, and he fell out like Rich Homie. If he slippin', get him up. I get any nigga drop. I start thinking these niggas my dog. They just really want my spot. I drop fentanyl in the pot. Remix everything with flow. I gave him everything I got. Now he linking up with my heart.
Got these hot niggas ducking. Shooter gon' walk up, brush him. It be all funny games till we touch him. Little step of pop purse, get the bucket. I'm the type to start shooting in public. Set it's up so it's stuck, I'ma up it. If he slipping, it ain't no discussion. Broad day face shot, blood gushing. Got these hot niggas ducking. Shooter gon' walk up, brush him. It be all funny games till we touch him. Little step of pop purse, get the bucket. I'm the type to start shooting in public. Set it's up so it's stuck, I'ma up it. If he slipping, it ain't no discussion. Broad day face shot, blood gushing. Gang, gang, gang. Stepper gon' walk up, brush him. Blick, blick, blick.
So, you know, as y'all coming up as young entrepreneurs, let's talk about where y'all come from. Like, you know what I'm saying? Background of where, you know what I'm saying, born and raised, where y'all came from.
Born and raised in Wilkinsburg, you know what I mean? Went to Turner, and then, you know, we went to Wilkinsburg, graduated from there in 2012.
Okay.
And then after Wilkinsburg, we went to Slippery Rock University to get our undergraduate degree, and we graduated with our bachelor's in science, and then we went on to get our master's degree, and then we got an MBA in business in 2017.
So how old are y'all now?
We are 28. We just turned 28 on August 4th.
Okay.
And y'all went through that process together as
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah. That was the best part too. It was a blessing because it's like you always had somebody there that could uplift you and push you, like, you know what I mean. So it's like you got a little business partner too, you know, like so.
Oh, facts.
And someone who could just understand your thinking process too,
Right.
you know, especially when you grow up. You know, you guys know growing up in Wilkinsburg and whatnot too, and just around the neighborhood. That's a lot of distractions, you know. Not a lot of positivity.
Yeah, not at all.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
So to be able to make it out, it's major, bro.
Yeah, definitely, it's a blessing. Yeah,
And to do something with yourself.
right. And then even being able to give back to the community too. That's the biggest part because everything come full circle. So that's the part I feel like we appreciate a lot more because we ain't had on resources. You know what I mean? So
bro.
we had to go out and find them, and now giving them back. You know, that's the best part of it. You know what I mean? So
Okay,
yeah,
so
for sure.
y'all growing up, what's like the main thing that even, you know, inspired you like the person that inspired you to want to be like going into business or anything like that? You know what I'm saying, amongst your family or your peers?
It's probably my mom, I would say. You know, we grew up in a single parent household.
Okay.
We, 2-bedroom apartment. We lived with her all of our life, and whatnot. But just seeing how she brought it to the table all the time. And she really ain't making no excuses for anything too. You know what I mean? So like opposed to having, our dad was in our life as well too. Don't get me wrong about that. But watching my mom coming to the table every day, making the ends meet.
You can tell you seen what she was going through.
Right, I seen that. You know what I mean?
Understand her struggle, understand her hustle and everything.
Yeah, so part of our biggest motivation was just trying to repay her. You know what I mean? Try and put her where she want to be. You know what I mean? So
dope shit.
But also understanding that we wanted to be in a different situation for ourselves too, you know what I mean? So like appreciating everything that she gave us, but understanding that we wanted improvements and better for ourselves when we got older too, and for our kids, you know what I mean? So like just trying to make everything, just paying attention to that. That was the biggest thing for sure, and the biggest motivation.
That's definitely important, bro. Because a lot of guys don't, or a lot of people in general, successful people, it's just I did this for my mom. Right. They don't that thought process. Well, I do need to do this for myself too. Yes, that's cool. You want to do it for mom, right? But also you gotta do it for yourself,
right?
You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
We done seen it at basketball tournaments, and we really didn't appreciate it until we got older, and we start realizing how much stuff really costs. You feel me?
Absolutely, hell yeah. Like, dang, so we get this, and this,
right? Yeah, right. So Mom, we was going on trips. We was, you know what I mean? We was still grew up in Wilkinsburg, but we had a decent life.
Yeah. That's how I feel about my life. You know what I'm saying? With my mom's like, I lived in the hood with a single parent, but it's like my mom's from New York, so I still got to go to New York, go to South Carolina where my grandma's from. Go different places. So you still got exposed to different things. Right. Yeah. So I got you.
So was that it for y'all too? Was y'all mom and dad together, or kind of like you live with mom, but like the dads on like the weekend or something like that?
We would go up to Cleveland to spend the whole summer in Cleveland too. So
but that's different exposure for sure.
So we was exposed, like the traveling and stuff and getting out there, like opposed to like our friends. We actually got out there and got to see different environments, going different. You know what I mean? So that was important and pivotal to our growth as well too. So we would spend the whole summer in Cleveland with my grandma and my dad and navigate the city.
more than 4 quarters.
Yeah, right.
4 corners, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
No, it's different, bro. Yeah. Just like he was saying, like with Brooklyn Map Pops, he's from Cali. So when him and my mom, they met, they were in the military. So from there, my mom got homesick, came back, and every time like we tried to go see family, we go down south, Louisiana, and go to California. And like you said, when you come back and you see the mentality of everybody else, not saying that they're not grown or not, but you can tell what you experienced and what they didn't experience. You know what I mean?
Definitely, for sure.
I know I ain't had that. Yeah, my mom. I'm the youngest of 5.
Okay.
And like I know like, so I'm from Garfield for real. So like, but I went a couple places like my mom sent me down like Arkansas. That's where they from. And like I went to school down there for like probably like a quarter, and not that long. And it's like difference, bro. They get paddlings down there.
That's still a big exposure, though, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm looking at it as it was. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like it was definitely a different shake from up here.
Yeah, because that's
like paddling, bro. Are you allowed to do that?
That's the Midwest.
Right.
Anything goes.
Man, it was they loony out there.
Yeah, they crazy. Like, it's a different breed.
So another question I got for y'all. So educational. You said So how many degrees you got? Both of y'all.
2. Both
technically
of us.
2 degrees.
So you got you said an MBA.
Yep.
MBA in business.
Yep, and a BSBA.
BA.
Bachelor of Science in
So
Business.
that started from what age to what to finishing?
We was in college for 5 years.
5 years.
Okay. So we did our master's was an accelerated course. Program. So we did that in 1 year opposed to 2.
Oh, that's cracking.
Oh, that's hard.
That's definitely cracking, bro.
So like, do you when y'all do stuff like that, did y'all have to like did you have to ask for that, or they just applied that to y'all? Like y'all can do this.
You actually had to apply for it.
Okay,
you had to get like
that's
recommendations and stuff like that. So it was a little process you had to go through to get approved.
But you do have to ask, because when you go to college and whatnot, and when you're in these programs, it's not like they're not just like spoon feeding you.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
Right. You gotta close mouths don't get fed. So if you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. If you know, you know.
Right.
That's the crazy part.
Smart enough to ask, you know what I mean?
No, right. That's what's up.
Y'all came out.
What'd you say?
Would y'all GPA? Yeah, I came out of there.
When I graduated with my undergrad, I graduated with a 3.7, and with my master's, it might have been like a 3.8.
Okay. Yeah. I would say for my undergrad, it was like a 3.2, and then for my master's, it was like a 3.8.
The reason I ask is because a lot of people don't think minorities are capable of doing what y'all doing.
Right.
Y'all only 28.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all are actually the first two minority that I personally know, or I don't say personally, but I know now that has done what y'all have done. I know somebody he moved to Naples, Florida, but he's married. I'm 35. So but that is an accomplishment to the culture,
for sure.
Our
Definitely.
culture. You know what I'm saying? It just proves that it can be done.
For sure.
And I want to stress the fact that, you know what I mean, a lot of people like, I remember when I went to business school too, so I didn't get my master's or nothing like that, but I got my associate's degree. But just me going to school for business helped me understand how business works. Like I needed that. I'm glad that my friend was like, man, my man's that was married was like, bro, if you need to learn business, bro, you need to just go to school for at least a little bit. Just to get a little understanding. You know what I'm saying? Because you need the information, bro.
Right.
And I was just like,
definitely.
I don't know. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to just go. You know what I'm saying? I end up doing it, but it put me ahead of most people that didn't understand how business worked, like as far as like accounting, economics, like understanding these things and how businesses work and how they flourish, you know what I mean, the economy. And so I understand that. So it's like, I'm glad and happy that y'all did that, plus pursued y'all entrepreneur journey.
Sure.
Because some people just stop and be like, well, you know, I get out of school, I'm just gonna get the job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, bro, we got to use this information for our benefit. And definitely. I don't know that, but I feel like y'all going through that process, y'all knew that when y'all went to school. It was like, we need this information so we can really do what we want to do.
Yeah, we could talk about that too. And to add on to your point, Dre, it groomed you. You know what I mean? Like going to school, it groomed, because when we come from where we come from, like we weren't used to talking to different cultures. You know what I mean? Right. Even being in the room, because you know, you just like when you come from Wilkinsburg, you like
hood
this.
mentality.
You know what I mean? You got the hood mentality. Like if we ain't cool, I don't really want to talk to you. Or you know what I mean? Like
if we cool, we cool. But if we ain't, we ain't
right.
It opens you up.
Yeah, it opens you up. You become cool with people through experiences. But now you gotta, when you go up to them schools and it's you with them different cultures, you kind of gotta you gotta know how to talk to people, you know what I mean? And that was the biggest thing that we learned too, we're just trying to talk to people.
Right, and then on top of that too, to add on, the relationships, you know what I mean? So one of my professors, he was an attorney. So I took his law class and I learned everything, you know, all the things that bind a contract and things like that. So now I do the contracts for my company now, so I don't need to hire a lawyer or anything like that. I know the verbiage and things like that. So college definitely helped out with like the relationships and rubbing shoulders with the right people too.
And the right people, rubbing shoulders with the right people, because
absolutely.
Like, add to your point as well too, college also prepares you to work a 9 to 5. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it, because that's a stepping stone in everybody's process.
It ain't at all facts, bro.
And a lot. I feel like with entrepreneurship, like a lot of people preach that having a 9 to 5 is a bad stigma. Where we know as entrepreneurs, that's where we come from. Or even in the winter months, you might have to go grab a 9 to 5 to make the ends meet. You know what I mean? But college prepares you to have a 9 to 5 too. You know what I mean? So like, it's up to you to think outside those horoscopes and outside those parameters that's put on you from a paid education as well too, because there's no course that really harps on entrepreneurship unless you're learning from a professor mentor. Or a mentor that's doing that themselves.
Or you getting caught into basically the experience. So that within itself is extra time and that you take out of your time. So like you said, with you networking with all these people, it shorted your learning curve.
Facts.
You know what I mean? For the both of y'all, like, and that's
major. Big time major.
Yeah, that's
no, go ahead. You about to say something?
I was gonna say that's where we got our experience from with the business, like you were saying, the experience. So that's where we got it from, college. All
right, so coming out of college, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got your heads on your shoulder. What's the first business that you wanted to pursue? Like that, something that you seen, you was like, okay, we can do that.
It actually started in college, bro.
To
be honest, so we was playing basketball. That's what we was well known for, was hooping. You know, back in the high school days, hooping all over. You know, killing teams and the whole team. Like, we was good hoopers. You know what I mean? So like, we had scholarship offers. You know, he had a couple D1s. I had D2s, D3s, and things of that nature. So when we originally went to Slippery Rock, we went up there for basketball. So our mom she always preached education. That's going to be the vehicle that takes you where you want to go, right? And you know, being young, we like, man, now we hooping. We ain't forget the education. But we was smart.
Said you can start the car, but you gonna still need gas, man.
Right. You can still be smart, but when you like what you like, that's what it is. So we loved hooping. We didn't care about the education, even though we had 4.0 GPAs in high school. We forget the education. You know what I mean? We hooping, so we went up there to hoop, play basketball at Sleep Rock University. Got all of our stuff. We're at the outlets. She calls at the outlets. Coach calls and says, "Hey, I only need one of y'all on the team now." This is the day we enrolled up at school, right? I only need one of y'all on the team. So, you know, he's like, all right. I'm like, go ahead, bro. You know what I mean? I'm like, go ahead, do your thing. I'm crushed, you know what I mean? So, like, I got to kind of find my way because hoops is all I know. You know what I mean? I wasn't investing into my education. So, I'm in my dorm room, depressed, sad, you know what I mean? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? So, probably like 2-3 weeks later, he comes back. You know what I mean? This is like a twin thing, bro. He comes back. He was like, man, I can't hoop. I quit the team too, man. Let's figure out something else to do.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Facts.
Ride with my brother.
So
ride with bro. Yeah, ride with bro.
And y'all both had each other's back because he was on some bro. You can do it, and he's like, man, I could, but
swear. So in my head, I'm thinking like I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean? I gotta, you know what I mean, do something I really don't want to do, but. I dug deep. I talked about the course and whatnot. So we were just bored. We threw a party. Thousands of people came out, and we only charged $1. You know what I mean? So went back to the room.
Swear that's
college day. You know what I mean? We just wanted to have fun.
Y'all don't know about me. I used to throw the parties. Everybody know I used to throw legendary parties, bro.
Definitely used to throw the parties.
I know about that. I wish I'd have did what y'all did. Because I was like, damn, bro, I was good at that shit. Like, I used to bring everybody from everywhere, no fighting. And I used to be like, bro, I don't know how I did it, but I brought more females than you know what I'm saying? That was the keys. Like, bring them more women. I mean, you ain't gonna have less dudes fighting. Everybody looking at them females. Ain't nobody think about rumbling. Like,
facts.
Too many dudes. Everybody like, oh, who these niggas? Everybody staring at each other like, oh, damn, I should have brought.
Facts.
Facts.
But that's where it started. We charged $1,000. I mean, we went back to the dorm room, probably counted up couple grand. I'm like, off $1, $2, that's good. Yeah, tell us how many people it turned into a big black party. You know what I mean? And then from there, we was like, yo, we got sort of business. We could do this.
Pause. So I'm reading a new book. You know what I'm saying? About entrepreneurship. So not even a new book. It's an old book that I found from school.
Damn.
But something told me just to read it.
Like, something like you walk past it like, wait a minute.
But it's practical. Okay. So it's like, but what he's saying was like one of the questions. I mean, it wasn't a question. It was like one of the core values of starting a business was like, basically, you test. So what they did was test first before they operated the business to know if it's a legit business for you to even get into.
Right.
So most people just see an idea. So it's called an external idea. External means that, okay, there's kids in the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna start a daycare. 2 months later, you hate 2-year-olds.
Right.
External, not internal.
Right.
So y'all did a test.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how practical this book is breaking shit down for. I'm like, I ain't never think about this. No, like, it's simple. Like, it breaks it down to simple. So I was like, I understand. Like, oh, okay. So what y'all just basically did is what it said. It was like, basically, you tested first to make sure y'all ain't just say, hey, we're going to just do this. Like, y'all don't even know yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, test first to know if this is going to be a legit business for you to make money in.
Yeah, definitely.
But,
yes, sir. Yeah. But just like you said, that's what kicked off Levels Agency. And from there, it went to the roof, bro. Yeah. Like, from that moment on, we sat in the dorm room for like 3 to 4 months. 3 months, and it went to the roof.
Yep.
That was Levels Agency, how that started.
Yep, that just was based off of promoting parties, our own parties and everything, and throwing them, and then bringing artists. It grew into us bringing artists in town.
And that was the first business, right?
Yeah, that was our first business. Yep, Levels Agency.
Which I need to get with. Hold on, y'all got to break down how y'all brought them artists. Let's go. How y'all did that?
So retained earnings. You know what I mean? So every dollar we made from the parties, we just put it back into the pot until it start growing. Getting better with the marketing strategies. After the Slippery Rock party, we threw a Project 412 party.
Well, before that, we was getting paid.
Yeah, we started getting paid for promoting. You know what I mean? So
So NFL player, like everybody
was doing that at the same time.
At the same time, yep.
Yeah,
so that part was really growing our brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also we put that money into the pot too.
So it was giving y'all more expansion.
Yeah, more
and at the
expansion.
same time, you can still just keep fishing, keep fishing.
Yep. And then after that, that's when we got promoted to do the all white party up in Changes, Newcastle. We got paid to throw that, promote it, and it sold out. It turned out great. Yeah. And then from that, we had the Project 412 party. We gave away $1,000 at that, and that was all the way in Newcastle. We bringing people an hour out of Pittsburgh, like they came. You know what I mean? Like an hour, busting them out.
Definitely remember that party too. Facts, bro.
Yeah, but that's where we got our opportunity at. So we bringing them out, and then from that party, that's what really put us on the scene because we hit big off of that. And then you just start flipping the money like that, booking artists and things like that.
And then at that time too, like we was getting paid like $3,000-$4,000 just to stamp. Or like if somebody wanted to pay us to promote and it wasn't our stuff, you had to pay us $3,000 to $4,000 just to stamp our name on it. You know what I mean?
Make sure it's legit.
They was paying us. We was making that. We was bringing in some crazy money in college. I mean, just by doing that.
We was making more than the professors.
But where all the money's on the college.
Facts.
I don't care whatever you sell. You can sell it on the college. You make mad money,
bro. When it
college, I made mad money
selling clothes, bro. College is the place to go. Because the homie and man, he goes to Slippery Rock now. So when he did it, bro, they had a line out the door.
Yeah,
I was like, damn. Like to the point, it was so packed, bro, that they couldn't even fit everybody in the room.
They support you.
They do, man. Yeah. And plus, up there, not just up there, but you being young around that time, you want something to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yep. Like, I don't want to sit around. Like,
exactly. Yep.
So that's a win-win situation.
Yep. On top of that too, we put reps at each school. So we would get a rep at Cal U, IUP, Clarion, Cheney, Robert Morris, Pitt. Right? Delegating. You was responsible for selling tickets at your university, right? Whatever you sold, we broke you off for percentages of what you sold.
Okay.
But you also had to fill up 2 bus loads and bring two buses from your campus because we would get the buses too. We would rent the bus, and this bus would pick up at Cal U, IUP, all the universities. You know what I mean? And you would fill up the buses. You know what I mean? And you could get in for free, get the VIP. You know what I mean? The whole experience. You know
did y'all write that out?
The blueprint was in print. We just was like, yo, we gonna get. You know what I mean? They was bringing 4 buses.
Youngstown, Kent State. You know what I mean? All of them.
We was bringing buses from out of the city, bro.
Yeah,
that's hard, yo.
We
4 or
shipping them
5
in.
buses from Cal.
I gotta hit that. That's hard. That's crazy. That's dope shit because it's like y'all really putting in the work. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like
put in that footwork,
epic,
but y'all really strategizing. Like marketing is big key to any successful business. You know what I'm saying? We all know that, but it's just like y'all knew exactly. We're gonna do this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get them buses, bro. We're gonna bring them people up in here. Tell my mans and them. Yeah, I'm saying, but the thing is, y'all good businessmen.
Facts, bro.
That's the one biggest key in the mix of all of it because there's some people that's always trying to scam and y'all was doing legit business. And when y'all do it like that, all the way from the start to finish, people will respect you and they gonna want to do business again and again and again.
Notoriety.
That's your name.
That's why people was giving y'all the 3 to 4 because y'all put y'all name, y'all.
They legit.
They knew.
Right.
Like, they was like, these dudes, they know what they doing. And I'm gonna pay him the $4,000.
He said, bro, we ain't got time to be playing around. How much I want, bro?
But it would be people that would try to argue like that too, right? And,
for real?
But they would try to argue. Man, I'm not doing. You ain't got no deal, bro. We ain't got a stamp or anything. We could do our own shows. You know, at that time we had the money to do our own shows. You know what I mean? So we ain't even wasn't really pressed for the bread. You know what I mean? But when we was going to promote your concert, people was going to think it was ours.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
when they came to
that's going to bring.
So that's going to bring more people.
And
then what would be so crazy too, because that part would also grow a brand.
Right.
You know what I mean? That the promoter that paid us would get mad because we done promoted the concert so damn good that when people was coming to the door, they think it's our joint. You know what I mean?
This ain't your shit.
But look, exactly.
No, we did very well.
But look, we did what we was paid to do.
Yeah,
that's the
right.
thing. You know what I mean? Like,
facts.
I mean, as long as you got paid,
traffic.
we
brought the traffic.
Exactly.
How you gonna be mad at because we doing good business? Bro?
Right, exactly.
There's people like that though out there.
Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean?
They be mad because you do good business. Like,
Right.
You know what I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah, they just mad that you did well.
I know that was was fun as hell.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, like,
Oh, we was meeting everybody. We brought Boozy when he first came out of jail. We brought Lil Dirt.
So who's the first person you brought?
Lil Dirt.
So Lil Dirt. That's before you did that jam with Drake, though.
Yeah.
Real shit. Before he did that jam with Drake, because that nigga was getting that check. He did that jam with
he
Drake.
went that
He went
big
up
now.
now. You know what I'm saying?
All the way, he went to the moon after
He
that.
top order.
After I went to his concert, I said, yeah, this motherfucker doing shit.
Yeah.
He doing big shit now.
That ain't the Lil Dirt we met.
He was just trying to get the bag. How much? Oh yeah, just give me like 5 bands. I got y'all.
He only wanted 15 back then.
15.
Yeah, you wanted 15?
Yeah.
Now he's charging like 250, 300.
Yeah, facts.
so average price now, if somebody wanted to book y'all to promote their party or whatever, how much?
10K.
10K.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
10K.
10 plus. Yeah.
But if you do them, favor, like 5.
we could do 75, 7.5. Yeah, we could do 7.5.
It also depends on too, cause like now we don't really stamp our name on too much of nothing that's not ours. You know what I mean? So we would really have to like really thug with you for it to be like 7.5 or something.
Facts. What about a business venture? You be like, they give you promote it, you do most of the work, they give you most of the percentage.
I would try to go in with equity, bro. You know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the things I learned too. Like in the business field, like a lot
equity,
of
big time.
I learned, because even with the Kardashians too. You know what I mean? Like, you could pay them to stamp their name on something. You know what I mean? Or even like LeBron, Rich Paul, people like that. Or you could work out, or just like Diddy. You know, even with Ciroc too. You know what I mean? Like
liquors.
these are like equity deals that's going to make you royalties
later
for your entire life. You know what I mean? So especially
Beyonce did.
Especially if you believe in the brand. Yep. If you believe in the brand, why not?
Yeah,
that's insane, bro.
Why not? I want to pay equity.
I wouldn't even think about it.
Because more money like that. Yeah, I mean, you don't want just
Yeah.
like fuck the cash. Give me the equity. You know what I'm
I
saying?
said this money's good for now, but
Right.
I need more of that.
this money now and later.
Yeah, and then what that equity does too, it allows you to make decisions on behalf of the company too. So
Right.
now you're sitting at the table, influencing the decisions, the decision making, and things like that. You know what I mean?
That's good if you work in longevity with them and you know you want. Like if I know that if I'm an artist, I'm gonna be dealing with Rolling Loud. Yeah. I want equity because I'm gonna be dealing with y'all for the next coming up years. I'm cool with that. Like I want to be at the table when shit go down. Like yeah, that's definitely a smart move. So, all right, y'all had the, you know what I'm saying, Levels business start off.
Yep.
All right, some other business ventures. Name a few that y'all getting your hands in.
So our next business that came after Levels was T's Carpet Cleaning Service. And my dad, he actually started that business in Ohio, I want to say in 2002. Okay. So in Pittsburgh, you know, we seen the market. So not to get off topic, but coming out of college with my master's degree, I couldn't get hired anywhere. Yeah. So the only place that hired me was Stanley Steamer, you know what I mean? A carpet cleaning business. I knew my dad had one in Ohio. You know, we talk all the time. I know he had one. He'd been telling us to come up and learn the business, but we never got up there.
Right.
But once I worked for Stanley Steamer, I seen how much money they make. People think the carpet cleaners, they don't make no money. Man, them dudes, there was people there making 80, 90, 100,000. And they felons too. So you know what I mean?
Don't hate on the fellas.
Yeah, I'm not hating. Like I'm
but
saying,
you're saying like
anybody
there's
can
an
do
open
it.
market.
Yeah, it's an
There's
open market. And then there was a lot of older men, you know what I mean, in that market. So at that point, we seen like it was a vulnerable market, so we attacked it. Like that's the open market in Pittsburgh. It's a lot of older men. We got Levels Agency, which is an entertainment company, but it's a marketing company too. So we knew we could market the carpet cleaning company, and we're younger, so we could service more people. Right. So that's when we went up, learned the business from my dad, brought it down here to Pittsburgh, and then I left Stanley Steamer. I really worked for Stanley Steamer. It was a grateful opportunity. I'm thankful for it. But I worked there to learn the chemicals, the things that go into cleaning the carpets, the different carpet brands.
To feed yourself that information.
To feed myself the information, so I could, you know, start my own.
Right.
So I left there. I resigned from there, and then I hit the ground running. We hit the ground running with T's Carpet Cleaning Service, and yeah, it was history from there.
Like 2018,
2018.
Yeah.
Legacy Levels. Carpet company.
So y'all was basically like sponges.
Yeah.
I can't even say y'all was. Y'all are basically like sponges.
Take that information.
You know what I mean?
And that's what I probably worked at Stanley with him. I was there for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but that's all I needed to know the information. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get me on, know the information, boom.
Yep.
Hit my own thing. But that's what like the sponges, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we learned how to clean tile and grout, hardwood floors, carpets, air ducts.
And got paid to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's facts, bro. Because like, I'm saying, at the end of the day, like you know what drove me to TRG when we worked in sales together? is because my man's was like, bro, if you're gonna be selling on the internet and doing this online marketing shit, you gotta learn how to do sales. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? He's like, it's easy to sell some weed, bro. But you need to really learn how to, you know what I'm saying? So when I got on them phones and got to talking, we selling credit cards. Yeah. With 24%, you know, highest interest rate. So, you know what I mean? APR. So we over there like, but I'm learning how to get the game, the gab, like, so that, like, experience is key with information. Like, you definitely need both. You know what I'm saying? You need the experience, but you need the information as well. For sure. And that was what's up, yo. Y'all went in there and was like, yo, I'm going to get this information. Yeah. Then I'm going to go to my dad's shit. I'm going to get some more information. Yep. Then I'm going to run that thing. You know what I'm saying? And know what I'm doing.
Facts. And then, too, on top of that, Stanley Steamer, it was a commission job, too. So, like you just said about sales, it was based on sales. Like, people think it's just carpet cleaning, but no, after you clean their carpets, you want to sell them a spot treatment, you want to sell them a mat or upsell or whatever, like a deodorizer or something like that. So, you know what I mean? I got the sales side to it too. Yeah. So,
Right. So, you learning sales, y'all learning sales. Where did you get y'all sales skills at the most?
Post college, I would say. My sales skills, because I was just used to posting stuff on the internet, you know what I mean? And then just people gravitating towards it automatically, which is cool for like Facebook and Instagram for your current demographic, your friends list, you know what I mean? But how can you get the people who don't follow you on there?
At all. To actually pay attention to real man.
So really just, but we always been sponges learning. We always knew the marketing side of it, but where we really got good at it was probably like 1 year before the pandemic happened, I would say. Like, where I really feel like we've become like experts, you know what I mean? Like in our demographic range, you know what I mean? At the sales thing, you know what I mean? And I credit that to education, taking courses, paying attention on listening to podcasts, you know, YouTube and things of that nature, you know what I mean? But during the pandemic, we probably spent a couple grand in just like learning courses, financial literacy, certified in credit repair, real estate courses.
That's key.
All types of stuff, bro. I got so many courses.
Y'all remember me of?
Because
Mark Cuban.
Oh yeah, he's from Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, he makes
he makes moves, and
he still back courses. That's the wildest thing. Like, you're a billionaire,
right?
And you back courses.
Bro. Like,
man, we done took so many courses, bro. We had an Airbnb, credit, real estate, like 2 real estate courses, event spaces. Like just motivational speaking, educational. Man, we got so many courses under my belt, and we ain't even unraveled these businesses yet. But we know, and we got them at a discount too. So now we know in the future, whenever it's time for us to kick off, we already got the information.
Right.
We just got to delegate. That's it. You know what I mean?
You already put it in place.
Yeah, put it in place.
Right, and I definitely agree with that, because I got courses in my phone. Billie Jean, Neil Miles Davis. I bought these courses because I understand like that information is so valuable. It'll, you know, put you ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? And most people like, bro, you don't want to take 10 years to be doing all this shit when you can learn it as fast as you. You know what I'm saying? And when you learn, it's like me, I love paid advertisement, bro. Like, I pride myself on that skill set, and I was like, now I'm like really about to go into really like launching my shit. And I was like, it just took time for me to really learn all the information I need to learn, how they operate. And I'm like, all right, all the internet is direct to consumer. You're talking directly to the consumer. So if I'm talking directly to a consumer, I need to talk about, like I told y'all earlier, is their problems. I need to find out what y'all problems are, and I need to solve that in some type of capacity or way. And if I can solve that problem, then I can be able to lead you into where I need you to go. So my whole goal is not to make money. My whole goal is to solve your issue and actually help you with that issue, so you can get the win-win. Then you will definitely pay me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you would pay a Neil Miles Davis, or you know what I'm saying, or him $500. You would pay them that money because they do what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's I love the fact that y'all invest into that knowledge, because I'm 35, bro, and I'm like, I started investing into courses in 2014. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all young doing it. And I advise anybody else watching this podcast to buy courses from somebody that you feel like is a mentor that can get you ahead of the curve on where you're trying to go. Like, experience is one thing, but information is money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, relationships is money too, but that information with the relationship,
like you said,
can boost you up. If I don't know, if I get in a room with billionaires and I don't know what the hell they talking about, I'm done. But if I can know somewhat of what y'all talking about because I educated myself, now I can have a conversation with y'all about what y'all talking about.
And that's just like, I mean, that's one of the learning curves, even being from Wilkinsburg too, bro. Like you look at kids from like Fox Chapel or from like Shady Side or somewhere like that
My
too,
life.
and they're already used to being in that room and understanding the concepts and what they're
Even
talking
the stuff
about
that they talk
And
about,
just-
bro.
right.
Like you know, like
Yeah.
high school, and because
Yeah.
I went to high school in
They-
Lawrenceville, so
they-
when they be talking about stuff, I'm like, why are I using this word instead of this word?
Yeah, right.
And he be like even now, I'm not gonna lie, you know how we say tent, I say canopy now.
Yeah.
Just because of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody like, oh, what are you talking about? A tent, bro.
Yeah, damn, I don't know what canopy
What is going on, man? Y'all not educated.
Bro, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I know, bro.
It's crazy.
I remember
bro.
that. I remember that feeling, bro. Just going up to school and being in rooms with like, and I'm probably like one or two black people in a room. You know what I mean? And them talking about different stuff, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking
What are they
about? You know what I
speaking?
mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now
But it's good to be uncomfortable though. Like,
for sure, bro.
For sure.
And it's also good not to be the smartest one in the room too. Because you can learn. You know what I mean? So yeah, so
yeah, I just hadn't heard Neo Mad Davis today talking about. I was in a room with a guy that said his company's worth $4 billion. So it's like you got to get in the room where you feel small.
oh my
Yeah.
I was like, that's like you on a yacht with a marketing. I'm watching it. I'll be watching their timelines. I pay attention. I'm like, they really on the marketing like with these other. You know what I'm saying? 4 billion, bro.
Billions.
That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Dude probably walk past you wouldn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Because he's looking regular as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it just tells me that those are the rooms that I want to be in my future.
You want to still be a student, bro.
Yeah, I want to be the
That's a
student
good
and
thing.
learn
You
all
know what
that
I mean?
information. Like,
And
yeah,
that's why I
Facts.
like him, John and Mark Cuban, because even though he's been successful and he owns Dallas and all
Yeah,
that,
right.
Mavericks and all that, he's still able to take in that knowledge. He's still
Right.
He's still willing to learn.
I see that in y'all.
For
Y'all-
sure,
Like
man.
I said, y'all learned like right before the pandemic. Y'all learned the sales side of the Stanley Steamer and all that, and was able to come up with your own company and make it successful, bro.
right and scale it. Yep.
Yeah, and
Scale.
bro. Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
that's-
it's crazy. Yeah.
That's
That's where we was
Great.
stuck at that hunch. You know what I mean? Like I feel like in certain. I don't want to just say in Pittsburgh, but when you get to a certain level of business, there's going to be that hunch where you're just like, you know,
feel like you plateau.
You feel
you
like
plateau,
you plateau.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So you need that mentor. You need to get in that room to
that
meet
next
that next
level.
person,
That make
so
you
you
up.
could go up. You know what I mean? Because you can get comfortable.
I mean, ask
Facts.
you
Real
like that.
quick.
When y'all feel like that, I'm sure y'all do. When y'all feel like y'all about to plateau with a business, do y'all just start another one, or do y'all come up with a
Way to
y'all-
fix
yeah,
it.
you gotta get creative. You gotta get in
yeah.
different rooms. So Levels Agency started off as a party promotion company. Now it's a marketing, entertainment, business agency. So what we do is we give game to the youngins. You know what I mean? So you see us hanging around Jay. You know what I mean? He's just 22. You know what I mean? He just graduated from Duquesne, from Philly.
Oh, that's
you know what I mean?
what's up. Congrats on that
From
shit, bro.
Philly.
That's what's up for sure.
And he's doing his thing. So that's part of the whole structure too. Like you can't. We're 28. He's 22. You know what I mean? We was 22 before, and we could catch some game from some older guys. You know what I mean? But you also got to instill and invest into the youth too. So he's like I said,
You
he's the
have
next.
to.
You got
You
to.
have to.
You know what I mean?
Yep, mentor, yeah.
You know what I would take from the youth?
Yeah.
If I was y'all, always take from the youth. They always got the new ideas. Old people can't get
Exactly,
the new
bro.
ideas.
My life.
Exactly.
The youth got the new ideas
Before anybody
Because
else
they-
knows.
Yeah, because it's like
My life.
Kanye said. They said y'all old people can't give me no new ideas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's
You
like
can't tell me nothing.
I mean, the younger people gonna tell you the new ideas because they look at the world from a different perspective.
Ride the wave of what works. Once they find
Yeah.
that niche to what works,
Yeah,
they
stuck to it.
Yeah, done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's it.
And-
And it clouds they can't, like you said, they can't give you no
Right.
because all they focus on is this work. It's still working.
Facts.
It's
Yeah,
good.
like
Yeah,
facts.
you know
Like
what I'm saying?
there's a young dude that was with Nipsey Hussle that was creating his like technology shit.
Yeah.
So dude's the one who's responsible for VR. But he's creating he's creating technology. He's on another level. So I'm like, dude is super young. I think he probably like y'all age, but I'm like, for him to be doing that, like that just tell me like, bro, his brain work a whole different way as a younger person. Like, bro, he's just thinking of new. He was talking to my man 19 Keys. You know about him?
Yeah, I heard about
so
it,
he was
yeah.
talking to him. I like 19 Keys because they be having some real
Yeah, some
He be talking
he
that
be
shit
talking
too.
that
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
mental
yeah.
conversations. Like,
And he the one that they do like well, he be on YouTube for like an hour at a
Earn Your
time.
Leisure.
And they, not just Earn Your Leisure, but it be like him and somebody else.
yeah, he be.
Talking about
And they just
Yeah,
be
his
talking
podcast is
for
called
a decent amount of time.
High Level Conversations.
Yeah, high level conversation.
Yeah,
my
I be
life.
watching
Okay.
that, but yeah.
But you know what the beautiful thing about like our generation is too? Like, we we weren't exposed to the information. Our parents weren't exposed to that information. Well, I don't want to say we weren't because we're in that we're like the first. We're really the first to really learn. Starting to get out of it. You know what I mean? But like our parents weren't exposed to that information, so they really didn't have that to pass on to us. You know what I mean? Opposed to these other cultures where you see entrepreneurship and business for generations on generations. You know what I mean? And information. And I mean, just with society in general, even with the laws and the educational systems, all that stuff was skewed. So we're a lot behind. You know what I mean? So we're really like the first generation
to catch it.
Our age to really have that opportunity to really like the social media world, the internet. You know what I mean? I remember when we was on dial-up computers. You know what I mean?
Take it back like we got a hot 15 minutes, bro.
You know what I mean? So we're really that first generation. Like a lot of people, they try to put an age and a time label on stuff, but I'm like, if you're really like
in this mix,
in your 40s, you know what I mean, and younger, you're really like in the first generation of really trying to catapult your family to that next level, so you can pass it on to your kids. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful thing about us. We could be the sponge. You know what I mean? We could soak it up, learn, invest, lose, recoup, regain, and do all that. So that way, whenever our kids come and our kids' come, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, boom. Granddaddy, grandpa did this already. This is what worked. You know what I mean? Go ahead. You ain't got to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
And the good thing too that I want to add is because of that, we started a internship program at all of the universities, all of the state universities. So any kids who's looking for an internship over the summertime, they can come down and they'll get credited for it. You know what I mean? So Cal U,
Penn
Slippery Rock,
State,
IUP, all of them. So
it's an accredited course too. You know what I mean? So I want to put a huge emphasis on the accredited course. And what that means is that you could literally intern with us and we'll send those credits up to university. And so far, we helped about 30 college students walk across the stage with a degree in their hand because of our internship course. And we're one of the first entrepreneur business internship courses at these state universities too. You know what I mean? So
Black business.
Black business is straight accredited. You come down, learn the game, learn the business. So that way, when you graduate, just like you said, just like having a big bro or a mentor that you can learn from.
You don't need that.
By the time you graduate and by the time you turn 22 or 24, 25, you got more credit than me. You're in a better position than I was at that age. And you can kick something off for your family too.
And we relatable too. Like we come from Wilkinsburg, you know what I mean? Like so like we all equal, you know what I mean? So
that's powerful.
This coming
anything is possible.
Anything's possible. We cool, you know what I mean? You want to have a conversation outside of business too, you know what I mean? Like we a family, you know what I mean? That's how we move.
That's so good, bro, because it's good to see y'all two in the mentorship because it's rare. It's a rare sighting. Like y'all got your man's right here. Y'all mentoring him, and I say that because it's a rare sighting because there's nothing wrong with white mentors, but there's not enough black.
Not enough black.
Relatable, bro. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
relatable from every side.
Every side too. You know what I mean?
Every side. That's crazy.
Right. You know what I mean?
Swear.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I congratulate y'all on that shit too, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, we love giving back. You know what I mean?
Question I want to ask y'all. The biggest problems that y'all came against and underway, you know what I mean, in any business that y'all have, pursued, like how do y'all deal with the issues, and as far as like, relationships and just, the hardest thing, doing business. Because I know we all, if you're an entrepreneur at heart, like some of us, you know what I'm saying, you deal with certain relationships, we deal with hardships, but how do y'all deal with those things? Like?
Just like you said, that's one of the hardest things when you're in business is relationships, bro. Whether you want to, bring your friends on account, somebody that a relative, or even if you're home life too. Like it's tough, you know what I mean? It really is. It ain't for everybody, you know what I mean?
It ain't for everybody. It's lonely at the top.
It's only at the top. And just like with every entrepreneur, every business, you got your high season and you got your dry season too, where you're trying to make something shake. You know what I mean?
Right.
But just staying persistent, I would say. And one of the things I learned too was I was always trying to put my friends in position and for positions that I thought they were ready for. You know what I mean?
Everybody ain't ready for something.
Ready.
I can't even say that they're not ready for it. It's you might already have not a goal, but you already have this certain vision that you think they should already have.
Yes.
But sometimes that's not the course that they want to take.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's life got their own time clock.
Or it's delayed.
It does.
Yeah, or it's delayed. You know what I mean?
To develop
Like,
their skills.
And the biggest thing, I just heard this quote on Instagram. I don't know who said it, you know what I mean? But they said it was Alex Good Energy. It was Alex Good Energy. But he said it wasn't my job or my goal to try to go out there and find another Alex. You know what I mean? Another Alex Good Energy. He's a trucking guru, like one of the faces of the truck industry. He said, I was so busy trying to find another Alex that I would like that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing, you know what I mean? But I just had to tighten my system up and make my system so good that and pass it on to another person, you know what I mean? He ain't gonna have the same characteristics as me, but as long as he could do the job, that's I did my job. Right?
As long as you got him into the position that he wanted to get into.
Yep.
That's what.
And I feel like a lot of times with business, we find it's because with a twin, it's like, all right, I got this idea, I think like this, and he automatically does too. You know what I mean?
Right.
But sometimes we kind of put that on other people. You know what I mean? Not even just on the twin thing, but sometimes we put those assumptions and those things on other people. And we're like, all right, bro, we've been doing this. You should know how to do this by now. And it's like, he might be moving at his own pace. You know what I mean? Or it might not be something that he don't want to do.
Your desire might be more than his.
Right.
That's the thing about a lot of people in Pittsburgh. Is like, living in the city, you know what I mean? There's only a few of us entrepreneurs, a handful of us that really want to pursue something and actually be consistent at it. And if you got a drive, just like, this is my team, like, you know what I'm saying? They got the same drive that I got. But there's only certain people that ain't going to have that drive. They're not going to want to do this every Sunday. They're not going to want to, you know what I'm saying, put in the work. And it's like, you expect that. But that's the thing about expectations that I realize at my age is that I don't expect nobody to be nothing no more. Right. Because I understand that leads to me being disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not expecting my girl to be a certain way.
Right.
I'm not expecting my kid to do a certain thing. Oh, you should have. Nah, bro. At the end of the day, we all learning. They might not do it at the right time. Everybody got their own certain time. If somebody's on the same page as you, that's called the universe. God gave you somebody to be with you.
Thankful.
You know what I'm saying? Be thankful for the helpers. That's what
He swung into the orbit at the right time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Be thankful for the helpers.
Right.
Don't disrespect the helpers.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? They might not do something perfectly.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But allow them to help you as the best way they know how, you know what I'm saying? And support them and help them as well. And then y'all will elevate. But anybody else that's not on that same page, that's fine. Stay right there.
Facts.
Don't fuck up what I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
I see you. How you been, bro? You been good?
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, no hard feelings, but it's business. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
That's why I always ask people now, whenever I'm doing business dealings with you, or if you say, yo, can I get a job or something? Well, what are you good at? You know what I mean? Because I don't want to put you in a position of something where there's all these expectations, you know what I mean?
Right,
and
you fucking that you're not ready for.
You're just not really ready for. You know what I mean? I think that's why a lot of businesses have a lot of turnover, because you might got a good person, you know what I mean? You might be a hell of a good person. He might not be a leader, but he could be an excellent worker. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So just asking somebody what they're good at, because he might be good at administrative work, and he could sort some files, respond to emails faster than anybody, you know what I mean? But he might not be the person to tell somebody else what to do or to lead the crew or something, you know what I mean? So it's important to know who you're working with, you know what I mean, and asking those type of questions.
Yeah, then too, I would add, just one of the hardest parts is too, just adapting, you know what I mean? Like, if you're able to adapt, can nothing surprise you, because like you're ready for everything, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't no curveballs, no change-ups. Like, you prepared for whatever situation, whatever circumstance. So like, just being able to shift gears, and like you said earlier, one business might plateau. Now you got to shift a different lane. You know what I mean?
Facts.
You got to identify a weak market and then attack it
when
it's time. When it's time. So you just got to be able to adapt.
I think I piggyback on that a little bit, because man, that's one of the things I always put on my resume was flexible and being able to adapt. And I stressed that in the interview. If I didn't do nothing else right in that interview, I made sure I hit on those 2 points, because what company don't want?
Right.
My life.
Right.
Because shit happens.
You gonna hire me? You gonna hire me?
Manager hear that? He like, what? Oh, all right, cool.
They like, that's a workhorse right there. You know what I mean? Like,
so I agree with that 100%.
And then they work with you too when you actually need certain time
they treat
off.
you better.
Or they be like, bro, you can leave early. It's
Facts.
cool. You done did this, and this. Why can't we? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. When I had my 9-to-5 job, I worked a 9-to-5. I probably quit. What was it? Maybe last year or two. So I was still working my 9 to 5, and I always picked up overtime. You know what I mean? Always.
Facts.
So
Facts.
you know what I mean? When I needed excuse or anything, they would grant it to me.
They'd be
You know what I mean?
cool
They'd
with
be
it.
more lenient with me. So I would come in on the Saturdays or Sundays, or I would work a couple hours from home. You know what I mean? Just to help out, just so I could get something in my favor. You know what I mean?
Right. No, you're using the leverage.
Yeah,
know what I'm
use
saying?
your
You gotta
leverage.
Use your
You gotta
leverage.
use that
Facts,
leverage.
facts.
Also those 9 to 5s too, because just like I said, we spoke about earlier, a lot of entrepreneurs and business people they talk down on the 9 to 5 world. That's not the case, because there's one thing that a 9 to 5 could give you that a business is not going to give you, and that's your 401k. You know what I mean? When you become vested, you could do your own 401k. That's not what I'm saying, but when they match your 401k too as well, that's a big benefit too of having a 9 to 5 is when you vested into your 401k, your retirement fund is what they call it. And when they match it as well too, a lot of times you could take that bread with you when you leave that employer, and it's just sitting in an IRA or rollover or something.
A Roth IRA. I know a couple
yeah.
of them
That's
accounts.
wild. I was just reading this book called Everyday Millionaire. I ended up cutting it out short, but before I did, he was talking about that. Basically, for the first 5 people he was talking about, he was like, it's pretty simple. He was like, most of these people work and they invested with their 401k.
Or the life insurance, because that's where the keys at.
Life insurance, too.
That's where the keys at.
We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about
Because that's where I'm at with it. I'm like, the banks put it in life insurance? Okay, so
what did they
they're saying
do?
ICU accounts. They call them ICU accounts. You know what I'm saying? So, you get a certain interest rate that they give you. So what the bank is doing, you give them the money overnight, they putting all of our money in the insurance account, make a couple M's, you know what I'm saying, or even some B's, some billions, you know what I'm saying,
Basically,
and boom, we give it back to us off of that, off the interest. But
like, you
you
don't get no
can borrow
interest
your own money
But they're
though.
gonna hit you with the wait. You gotta wait a day or two if you're trying to take all your money.
Right.
We got to reel a couple.
So
more.
I'm learning that. I'm about to start doing. I don't want to put my money in the banks. I want to put it in life insurance.
Hey, come on, bro.
I'm saying that's where it's at, because that's somebody said this. He's like, listen, if you really, you know how you get people to start killing black people. This is a gem. If all the black niggas in the hood went to go get in life insurance, right, and the cops kept killing us, those lawyers on that life insurance gonna go ham on the motherfucking police.
Police department.
Like, well, we ain't paying out all that money. Y'all gonna have to stop killing them motherfuckers.
Right,
'cause-
won't be.
You know what I'm saying? People don't be thinking smart like.
And it's cheap. It's the fastest.
It's the fastest way to get in.
Come on, bro. It's the fastest way to set your family up to be rich.
Yeah,
Quick.
bro, generational
Quick.
wealth. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we just, like you said, we just coming now into that generation of learning all this information. It's being exploited to us so much on the internet. But one of the things my cousin was talking about last week when we had him here for the, you know what I'm saying, the real estate.
Shout out to the flip guy.
Yeah, flip guy. You know what I'm saying? Was there's so much information, people get like dizzy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's credit, there's real estate, there's so many avenues now. Like, you know what I mean? Then they tell you do this. Just sit down and figure out what you really want to do. I didn't want to stress that in this interview because y'all need to understand, find out what you really want to do. Because if you don't, you'll start some shit that you'll get into, you don't really want to do it. And then you'll find out like, damn, I ain't need a new business idea.
Yeah, you can't
Now
back
you
out.
fucked up because it's like, sit down, figure out,
You gotta
do some
reset.
research, study. I'm telling people study because that's the big thing. Like, you need to know the information. If no, like, is this for you? Because one thing about business, there's 2 major factors that come into business. Are you willing to spend the time and the money to put into this?
Yep.
Right? All right, Russell Simmons. You know what I'm saying? You started the rap shit. That shit ain't booming until he's like 50. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I'm just letting niggas know, like, that's I mean, be real. Today we got some successful young entrepreneurs. But we talking about people that build businesses that last longevity.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Warren Buffett and them don't purchase businesses unless it has real estate in it. Mean infrastructure. Meaning it's going to be around for a long time. They don't buy stock, they buy businesses. So that's what I understand when it comes to buying stock, even that too.
Shit, I ain't got time to be playing hopscotch.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, we ain't buying no up and down markets.
No,
we sticking with a business that's going to be around for years.
You ain't got to reinvent the just like you said. You don't got to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't got to.
So that, but I'm just saying, like, time and money. So you got to really pay attention and break down like what you really want. Like, and I respect y'all because y'all took y'all time.
Sure.
And y'all educated.
Invested y'all money.
And y'all invested y'all money and say like, all right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a little research, and then we're gonna find out is this what we really want to fuck with. And then when we get into it, we're gonna dominate this, man.
And if we do bump our head, it's something that it's just a learning.
Yeah, it's learning curve.
That's what it is, bro. And we got so many certifications. Like we could hop into any market because we already got the infrastructure with our current business, but we still educating ourselves. You know what I mean? Before we even release it to the public, we're educated on it.
Hey, like you were saying earlier, the student, like, you know what I mean? You're a life student. You know what I mean?
Be a student, bro.
Outside of business, you learn in life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everyday lessons, feel me?
Bro, there was an audio book and they was saying, like, my man, he sent it to me and he's like, I see, he's like, you've been reading books, I'm gonna send this to you. He sent it to me and the dude just kept saying, he said, you gotta want to be a student. He's like, yeah, the teachers is cool and all that. Right. He's like, but you willing to be a student? He said, one guy, he said, he's a millionaire. He said, but he ain't want to be a student no more. He said, so I'm gonna have to wait till he bump his head a couple more times. So if he want to still learn certain things, you know what I mean? It's like, it's fine with you. Like you said, being successful and everything, but if you don't want to keep learning, something's going to end up stopping like water. You know what I mean? You're going to turn that funnel.
That's so true, man. That's definitely relatable because when you, like you said, you get a couple million, then like you feel like you can't, you touch good.
You're like, all right, I'm good now. But it's like,
but you getting taxed.
What's the other things that you need to learn so you can keep certain things around?
Right, definitely. Because then you learn about, once you start making that X amount of dollars, then you start learning how to navigate the tax world. You know what I mean?
I was just about to say that. Before you gotta learn your taxes.
Yeah, because
you gotta learn that tax world.
You're gonna be paying more money than you making to Uncle Sam. You know what I mean? So then you learn the tax world, but also diversifying too. So that's one of the big things about us is we're diverse in our entire portfolio. So it's like if one market crash, boom,
got something else.
We got something else. If two of them crash, boom, the other one's popping back up. You know what I mean? That's all we got is we're diversifying.
Yeah, that's how you grow. You know
so with all y'all businesses, you know what I'm saying, what would you tell somebody that's a young entrepreneur right now, you know what I'm saying, pursuing business? What advice would you give them?
First thing I would tell them is to learn about credit. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the biggest things because you can't do nothing in this world. Or I don't want to say you can't do nothing.
United States.
But
you're going to have a hard fucking time.
You're going to have a hard time. You know what I mean? So,
for real.
You're saving 50,000 now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's not really doing that.
Right. You're not really doing that from a standard job unless you really don't have no bills or you're making, over $250,000, $250,000 a year. You know what I mean? But I would say just learn how to work the credit system. You know what I mean? Too, because me and bro, literally, we always had good credit, but we didn't know how to work the credit system. But because we did know how to work the credit system, and we just really learned this probably 3 years ago, we've been able to grow our brands exponentially.
Fast.
You know,
so
what
you're talking about as in how to not just monetize it, but more so how to use it more as a tool.
Yeah, like your own bank.
We call it OPM, other people's money.
Okay.
So when you use other people's money,
use other people's money all day.
Basically, I want to keep all my, and this is a mistake that we made early on. We were spending nothing but cash. You know what I mean? Nothing but cash.
Yeah,
bro. From the hood, that's why.
That's why. It's a Wilkins birthday.
Like, think about it. That's like going to Kennywood.
About the money, bro.
Yep. It was looking good. It was looking good. You phone booking it up in the bank.
I don't want to put it in the bank. I don't want the bank to know how much I got.
It's trash.
You don't need to see my shit. That's
what they call it.
It's a good way to stunt. You know what I mean? But if you want to build that equity and you want to build that wealth, you're going to work on your credit first, then you're going to build that business credit next after that. You know what I mean? Once you do them two, you can go to the moon because we scaled our credit in the last, it only took us 3 months. We took our credit profile from $40K individually to over $150 individually. You know what I mean? I took mine in 3 months from 40. Actually, it was 28. From 28 to 150, he went from 30 to 150. And then on top of that, in them same 3 months, we took the business credit to over $250,000 for each business. You know what I mean? So
money.
For each business, you know what I mean?
And y'all know what to use for what y'all want to use it for.
You know how to use it too. And what the credit is, what is it, 25% utilization rate?
Yeah.
So if I got, $100K in credit, I could go spend $25,000 on my business end. It's not going to reflect on my personal end, but also my utilization is still good. I got put $25K into an investment property or something, you know what I mean?
And see your return.
Into my return. Once I get that bread back, pay the 25 off, put the other bread in my pocket. Now I just made an investment for free.
Yeah, and then
I thought it was 30.
It might be 30.
I thought it was 30, yeah.
25 or 30.
It might be for business different though.
That's what I'm about to say.
Business might be.
What are you talking about? Utilization?
Utilization.
Oh no, it really should be 4%. Yeah, 4%. Yeah, 4%, like 4 to 6 is where you want to be at. You know what I mean? Like, but if you do go to that 25, 30, that's still cool. You know what I mean? It really ain't hurting
saying that's the cap. Though.
Yeah, like,
y'all know.
It's gonna knock you down a couple points, but you still gonna be cool. You know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what you investing into.
yeah, right. It's gonna make you your money back, and then too, on top of credit, like it's building that relationship with the bank. Most importantly, like you got a good relationship. You pay them on time. You're never late with your payments and things like that. But they'll give you more money. They'll loan you more money.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But then when you do that, you become your own bank.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
now I don't have to go to the bank for a loan for anything. You know what I mean? Because sometimes loans have lower interest rates, but when I go to the bank for a loan, they're going to ding my credit. What they need to ding my
shit up.
Yeah, they're going to hit my. They're going to shop my stuff around. You know what I mean? Even for your vehicles. You know what I mean? Even for your car, they knocking you down.
So definitely for the cars.
I don't gotta go to the bank. You know what I mean? I'm keeping my money safe. You know what I mean? My cash reserve safe. That's what I want to do for a rainy day. But I'm using their money. I don't have to go to the bank because I'm my own bank. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing I would do is harp on the credit, because that allowed us to get a lot of our investments. That allows us to help or do our event center. That helped us go into different realms of life, travel, and you get benefits for utilizing
rewards. You get rewards for using your credit card.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
So, instead of using cash.
Yeah, like
you lose cash, but you can't lose that debt back there.
You know what that cash is? You know what that cash is? That cash is Air Force Ones when you put them on the first time.
Yeah, right.
After that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like, that's done.
Facts,
So
facts.
that'd be the biggest thing, bro.
You would tell somebody.
sure,
All right. That's what's up.
Yeah.
That seems real quick. That seems just to be the trend now with these, coming in with the wealth of knowledge that us as minorities are now tapping into. Credit seems that everybody says that. Everybody, damn near everybody.
No, facts. You right, bro.
And it's the truth.
We're going about
But,
five episodes, definitely.
It's just
Yeah.
Y'all should get your credit right.
Once you get in the rooms, bro, with the millionaires, they don't use cash for
Hell no.
nothing, bro.
Yeah.
For nothing.
They're gonna see you like pulling cash out.
Right.
Yeah.
They look like you like a fool.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That's why when Meek Mills said he with them billionaires more, when he with them, they be looking at them like, what is y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when y'all pulling out money, like, what the fuck is y'all doing?
Shit, who are you showing this to?
But they like, cause it's like they look at things as like common sense, like what would cause you to do this such a thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? When we looking at it like, nigga, we starting.
You see what we doing?
Like, no, I'm like, to who? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? To people that don't like you? Like, that don't even make sense no more. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Vanity people.
Yeah,
People that
yeah,
don't
yeah.
even, they don't exist for
And what they do, like you said, they put their money in a policy. You know what I mean? They stack the cash reserves. That's where
Get
the
the
cash
interest
Get the
and
interest
be able to
on it.
borrow from themselves. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I learned it from Jay Morrison. That's how I learned about the insurance policies. I'm like, when he started talking about it, I'm like, hold on, bro. Let me do some research now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started looking up on Google, YouTube, and I'm like, oh, you could really, you know what I'm saying, get the insurance policy, you know what I'm saying? And I got an insurance policy right now, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, and I got a couple UGMA accounts too. You know what I'm saying, for my kids. It expires at like 25. But imagine if your kid's little, they can start off with 100, 200,000. You know what I'm saying? 900,000. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he set.
'Cause all over that time they set. You know, I'm like, all right, now you got some money to fuck up. You know what I mean? And do your thing, because they gonna fuck up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
right,
'Cause they
right.
gonna,
That's natural,
It's just
yeah.
natural. But if you teach them, if you still instill the right seeds into them,
Right.
they'll go the right direction.
Yeah,
eventually.
definitely. And then too, people
Yeah.
want to enjoy their money too. So you're allowed to enjoy your money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they gave me like, you 25, you gonna go crazy.
Yeah, go crazy. Yeah. You gonna mess up a 20 ball. Yeah.
But if you spoil them, I feel like if you spoil them enough, and you the one that brought the money into the family, he might be like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I already seen it.
By the time you turn 25, if you fuck it up, you're gonna be able to give it back to him.
Yeah.
Let's do this over.
Slow down real quick. You know what I mean?
'Cause it's just like, you know what I mean? Because there has to be like a thin line between raising your kids from, y'all coming up as entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain level and you make millions and boom. You don't want your kid, because I look at all the famous kids and be like, these niggas is from the trenches. But y'all kids ain't from the trenches.
Right.
So it's hard to, you know what I mean, to like get them to understand, like, nigga, you ain't like T.I. I love how T.I. raises his kids. It's like, I'm rich. He's like, no, I'm rich. You right. But he's helping them. But I'm glad that he helped them. Only one of them's the light skin ones, the
think
wild
about that,
one.
even now, bro,
But all of the rest of them is like they understand.
Nah, the one still be in the streets. Still be acting like he in the streets.
You like
I know
like,
you're
you ain't from the streets, bro. Like you ain't from out here. Like,
We see you grow up
on TV.
Right. Now you trying to pull out guns and McDonald's and shit.
But that's the horror part. I feel like, I mean, we're going to eventually run into that too.
Yeah, that
You know,
issue.
that's the
Like,
part
so
where
it's
you
like,
be
how can we fight?
we're
Right?
running into it now, but not knowing like the tablets,
Yeah,
Little shit that you give them.
phones, the TV, bro.
Yeah, TV, YouTube.
YouTube on the TV,
Right, on the TV.
bro. We
yeah.
had that shit on the computer, and that was it.
Right.
It's not that. It's just like I was talking about my nephew and the iPad, bro. You gotta structure that.
Yeah,
shit.
you gotta
Like,
structure it.
for-
You gotta structure
For
it.
us, it was
I'm not
like
letting them just go
Sega
crazy
and
with it.
T-
No.
Just Sega.
Sega.
Being
bro,
outside
we
for
be
too
on the
long,
game for hours.
Hours,
But you know,
yeah.
like,
My
you
life.
Put that goddamn game
Yep,
down.
go outside.
You don't go
Right.
outside. Go do so.
Yep.
Go outside.
Facts. Yeah.
It's the
You
same.
gotta balance
thing
it
now.
out.
You
Yeah.
gotta
Structure it,
just gotta-
yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie though, like my son, you know what I'm saying, I got a teenager, bro. So my son being, you know what I'm saying, 15, he played a game a lot. So I'm like, I gotta get you on Twitch to start making some money.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like now, like this is now it's a new opportunity.
Exactly.
It's a new day. Back in the day, we wasn't getting paid for playing no games. We was betting niggas for playing the game. I would bet you
50 right now.
but now people's watching you and you getting paid like
Millions,
streams.
man.
You see T Grizzly, bro?
Yeah.
Grizzly getting
20 bands just to play the game.
Yeah.
Like,
bro. Nah, you getting more than that.
I think he's gonna make like
Crazy.
$200K a month off of
Yeah,
that.
bro.
crazy.
A month just off of his own server.
and he's
Right.
putting his homies on that. So it's
Exactly.
like,
I take my man. I said, bro, get right.
It's a revenue stream now, man.
Yeah.
So,
It is.
I think it's important too, though, bro.
Esports.
Like, I mean,
different market,
just like you said with the kids, man, it's important that like for them to understand that you could still be from the hood, you know what I mean? Because being from the hood has a negative connotation sometimes. Like you got to be a street guy, you know what I mean? You got to be this, but you could still be from the community, from the hood, but be positive, you know what I mean?
My life.
And still be respected, like the rapper or you know what I mean?
My life,
the
bro.
dude that's in jail, you can
My
still be
life,
the same.
bro.
that's why y'all got a lot of respect though.
And be respect.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why y'all
Respect,
do. Y'all
yeah.
got a lot of respect from even the most thorough people in the hood. You feel me? Your D's and your Hardos. Y'all got respect like that because y'all came directly from like, I'm not portraying nothing else.
Right.
That's when niggas don't respect you. It's like when they see that character switch in the midst of like, what's going on, bro? Like,
Facts,
yeah,
bro.
like, you trying to be this?
So
This ain't
what-
you.
what are you
Like,
doing?
yeah, like, nah,
What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, who you trying to be? Like,
Do you want to
it's
elevate
like,
us or you want to suppress us?
You know, yeah,
For real though,
yeah,
like,
that's what dudes be
honestly,
doing.
you be
Like,
like-
they talking positive one moment, then they like, yeah, I'm doing this. Like, bro, you confusing me. Like, what you doing?
Like you fake.
Since you doing too much.
Like, you can't lead me to nowhere. Like,
So we going off the bridge with no parachute?
right?
You
And that,
definitely can be yourself and still be respected,
Yeah,
man.
kept
You
the
know what I
solid.
mean? So I think that's a big thing.
And like you said, coming from the neighborhood, like it brings you a lot of things that the world don't bring you. You adapting, like you said, knowing how to adapt, knowing when the room changed, the energy, like
Facts, bro.
even like you said, talking, like even though that you had like not you, even though that we all had to relearn, like okay, they don't talk like this, but everybody in here caught on to it.
Yep.
Everybody don't catch on to that shit.
Right,
you
right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Because they didn't have to deal with certain shit
Right.
in their childhood or what neighborhood they came
Yep.
from. And we thinking like shit.
because the atmosphere
Yeah,
plays
the
a big part of
atmosphere,
your
yeah.
part of your life.
Yeah.
So.
They tell me all the time, you talk proper as hell. I was like, all I do is enunciate my words.
Right.
Yeah,
That's it,
facts.
bro. Like,
Public
I'm saying
speaking.
the same shit you said.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Just-
You know, my
it's
brother used to
clear.
say, my
Right.
brother would say this. He'd be like, oh, that's Charles right there. Oh, no. All right, Lay's back now.
Turn it on and off. Hey, it's just like going. My mom used to be like, "You got to dress up. You got." I'm like, I'm not wearing no suit. You know what I mean? I ain't doing that. Like that ain't me. You know what I mean? But then when you start really putting the suit on, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's not putting a fake persona on, but it's
Feel
just
good.
evolving.
It's
you know what I
another.
mean?
It's another part of you.
Right,
Bro,
right.
You know what I
bro,
mean?
it's just-
Especially when you walk past that mirror, you be like,
Yeah, you Yeah, like, all right,
look
I
good, bro. Yeah.
And you feel confident. Now we could do business now, I mean, but like if you still do me wrong, you know what I mean, you still gonna see the other side.
Blaze wrong.
Like I got the suit. I got the suit. I ain't no, we ain't no suckers still, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, hell no.
You know what I mean? But we
It's all
can
about
still,
evolving and
Yeah.
definitely changing
It is,
it.
man.
It's just
Yep.
like shredding your old identity, bro.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, there's titles and there's identities in your mind that your mind attached yourself to who it used to think it is. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Just like a kid, when they growing up, they all are doing is just collecting data of all the information of what's going around. Then they choose to say, I'm this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see my girl's brother be like, yo, I'm gang. Like, man, bro, you ain't gang. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Like, you got a good mom, you know what I'm saying? You got a good dad in your life, you know what I mean? I get it, you know what I mean? You just exposed to that life, so you want to be around that. But now, as he gets older, I'm seeing that he's like, nah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be smart about my shit. Like,
he don't want to be part of the. He's like, why I gotta be part of the crowd when I can be my own person?
You know what I'm saying? But it's like certain people recognize it early, and certain people recognize it late as hell. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro, it's a little late.
We just hoping
it ain't too late, but it's like, damn, you're 40 just now, recognize who you is.
You
be like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't do no deep diving into yourself to find out. And I just believe in I'm a firm believer in everything is from within.
Yeah, definitely.
Every idea, every equipment, product, service came from somebody's mind from within themselves. And they had to bring it out in some type of way, shape, or form by physically putting in the work. Somebody thought about, I was just reading about the dude that made JetBlue airplanes. And I'm like, damn, bro, like this nigga had like 20 mil from his family, that he invested in that, then went broke. And then it's like, to even build an airplane company is like, you know what I'm saying? To me and my man, I'm like, well, that's some shit you got to go through. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it's like going through that process. It's just like just reading, and I'm just like, damn, like it's all about evolution. You know what I'm saying? Everything is just in your mind. It's all about, I mean, you can think it's hard or not.
Right.
But if you just do it, it really ain't that hard. It's just that you thinking in your head, oh, how long is going to take?
It's like seem like that's
what I
80%
do.
of the
You know what I'm
battle.
saying? It's like
that's definitely 80% of the battle.
And that's what I said. And the change comes from the identity of who they think they is. It's like, we evolved from the hood. I'm from Wilkesboro, 1121 Ross, but that's not who I am no more. Like, bro, I'm not in the basement smoking 10 L's, bro. Like, that's not what I'm doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm around my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking care of my family, and I'm investing, and I'm learning more. It's like, you got to evolve, and that's the biggest thing people should learn, to just be like, bro, evolve, change. Don't be afraid to change, and don't care about what the fuck they think. Because at the end of the day, on your tombstone, them niggas is not going to be on your tombstone.
Not at all.
And at the end of the day, you came in the world by yourself, and if you die with a nigga, you a lucky motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But but 9 times out of 10, you going alone. You know what I mean? It'd be lucky for y'all to go together, but it's like 9 times out of 10, nigga, I'm going alone,
but
bro.
I see it like this, you're
So it's
going
like,
alone because you got to close your own eyes.
like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be next to you in that hospital like, I'm down with you. Like, you gonna be looking around like, shit, I'm the only one motherfucker about to go in this motherfucker.
Wishing you could
So
have
it's like,
changed.
throughout your whole life, evolve, bro. Just take your chances and evolve, because at the end of the day, you got to put in the work for your situation to get right.
And you always got to learn and grow too. You know what I mean? Like,
man,
consistently. And
that's one of the things too, like, not to cut you off, bro, like about business, like people fall in love with like who they were, you know what I mean? And they still try to constantly like harp at who they were, you know what I mean? Where is if they pivoted a little bit, you know what I mean, they could grow even more. You know what I mean? So like, that's one of the things that we learned with business as well too. Like, we wasn't gonna be in the club doing parties, like being 40, 50 in the club.
Right.
Come on now, bro.
It's like that's cool for y'all.
You know what I mean? So that's where it evolved into the cleaning business. Then we got the event center. You know what I mean? And then now we're going into the life insurance field too. So
I got some Airbnb cracking, don't y'all?
Airbnb too. So we had we got our hands in a lot, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But the biggest thing I like, which was the event center, like that's where we always wanted to be, was that ownership.
Passion.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
what y'all passion was.
Our passion, you know what I mean? So now we got the ownership with that too. Now we ain't got to be out promoting, spending all this money on throwing the concerts ourselves, but being on the other end of that, you know what I mean? And that's where we at right now with the
brought it to you.
We brought it to us, bro.
Well, basically, it was like I said, y'all, and even in the beginning, y'all wasn't chasing it, but y'all made the chase slow down even more. Y'all started to walk to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, okay.
Yeah, attracted.
What can we, like I said, learning more? Like, all right, we got to cut this out, this out, cut this out, and all this can come right here.
And then you're going to have your high and low seasons. You know what I mean? That's business, but
that's
always
business,
maintain faith in yourself and always believe in yourself, because, you know what I mean? Nobody, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect somebody else to? It's not going to happen.
Yo, I always say that. It's like, how you got to believe before they believe.
Anybody,
Like, there's no way that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to get where you're going. Like, if I don't make y'all believe, if I don't believe, How
I can't convince you to believe in me.
There's no way. It's gonna be doubt around the whole circles. Like, bro, I gotta believe this shit to make y'all believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Just keep running and gunning and put your head down.
Yeah, keep your head down. That's all it is, bro.
Running and gunning and put your head down.
You gonna shoot, I mean, you gonna miss, you know, you gonna spend some bread, you gonna lose, you gonna start that business, it might not be a success. You gotta pivot, you know, restructure something. That's just life in general, you know what I mean? So like, you just gotta know how to make that pivot.
But it's all lessons, like you said. They're all lessons.
Yes.
Once you get I just had.
Man, but it's your boy Dreyking live, man. We had a deep conversation with the Hill brothers, you know what I'm saying, coming through, dropping hella gems on entrepreneurship. And, you know, as young entrepreneurs, keep going. Yeah.